G'day there. You're watching the Aussie BIM Guru, and today I've got a very quick video I'm sharing off-peak because something really exciting has released in alpha. This is the anticipated add-in from MKS Dtech, Rhino Sync, which effectively allows us to work share in Rhino, which to me is pretty amazing. So I'm going to demonstrate it in this video and then give my verdict as well. So in this case, Rhino Sync in principle allows you to treat Rhino more like Revit. You can run a work shared session with multiple users at the same time, with permissions attached to elements, the ability to synchronize, reload, lock elements, all sorts of things that you would do in a platform like Revit typically. For anyone that knows the system in Revit, you'll know that this is really the backbone to why Revit has become so successful, that it allows multi-user collaboration, which very few other platforms have executed as seamlessly as Revit did. And in my opinion, Rhino Sync has emulated and improved on this, which is really exciting. Please note that I'm not actually being sponsored to make this video. I'm just really excited by this add-in. I think it's great. It's very rare that tech gets me excited these days. There's a lot of really overdone products and solutions out there. And whilst this is obviously based on something that exists in another platform, it's something I found myself wishing was in Rhino many, many times. Note in this case, this is my unfiltered opinion. In this case, the product is in alpha state, so it's not going to be perfect. I'm going to run it in Rhino 8. I don't know if it runs in Rhino 7 properly yet, but I've had some bugs in there. So it is going to have bugs, so be patient. Don't make any purchasing decisions, which you can't anyway, because you can't buy it yet. But in this case, if you're watching this in the future, try it for yourself, try before you buy. So Worksharing 101. If you've never used Revit or you've never work shared in Revit, in this case, it's going to be a very similar approach. You have a central model, and instead of opening that model as the user, you actually create a copy of it. So in this case, we have an element tracking system. Rhino Sync is the enabling system that supports this. And in this case, we create copies of the model, local models in this case. I've noticed in this case, the semantics, the naming of things is very similar to Revit. There are things like central models, for example. I assume they're allowed to do that. But in this case, you'll be very familiar with the terminology if you've used Worksharing before. So we create our local files, and let's say I've made a change to my local file. This gets communicated to the central model, and the central model acts more like a relationship manager. So in this case, the central model now has an awareness that this has been changed. And in this case, if someone else tries to change it themselves, they won't be able to because the central model hasn't rationalized or committed this change to itself yet. So in this case, there'll be a communication process where it says, I'm sorry, you can't do that. Someone else needs to synchronize it back first. So in this case, we can do what's called synchronizing. If you've used GitHub before, it's sort of like doing a commit. We're pushing all the changes to there, and we're pulling all the changes from the central model that other people have committed or synchronized since the last time that we synchronized or reloaded. So in this case, we will get and receive and also give all of our changes back to central, which means that other users can then either synchronize or just reload, which is like a pull, but not a push. And in this case, they can then get those changes and gain the permission to edit those elements further. So I'm just going to run a quick demonstration. I do have a model set up on Google Drive. You can run this off Network or Google Drive. My recommendation is probably Network if you're working in a company for security purposes, of course. At this point, I'm not 100% sure where all the data is stored for this add-in, so I'm not necessarily going to guarantee you should be running this without checking that. We've just tested it so far, but that's probably one of the next things we're going to look at where I work. But in this case, we're going to set up a multi-user session. I'm first just going to set up a single user session just to show the ins and outs of accessing a model, and then doing some synchronization and reloading. So let's jump right in. So I'm going to jump into Rhino 8 in this case. So Rhino Sync is effectively like a dockable panel, or it is a dockable panel. And you'll have 4 core buttons. You have sharing, closing the session, reloading and synchronizing, and some core settings where you can change your username and you can track the reading and writing speeds. So in this case, I'm going to actually open a model, and I'm not going to do this through the usual opening tool. I'm going to do the collaborate tool instead. I'm going to pick network disk, and I've saved a model here called local central, which is going to be connected through Rhino Sync. This is making a copy of the model as a cached model that I work on. So in principle, there's a couple of boxes, nothing exciting. If I make a change to the model at this point, I'll just quickly have a look at what's going on. So we can see the central was last edited at 10:59. It's currently 11:12, but if I go to my cache, I can see that in this case, if I save I can see my cached timestamp changes. So this model is the one I'm actually working in and have open currently. So this is my local file in principle, and we can see the username is appended on the end, which is a really easy way to tell that, okay, that's what's actually happening. So in this case, I've made a change, but I haven't committed that back to central. So if I want to send that back to central, I need to synchronize, and that's going to push changes and then also take in any changes that have occurred since then. And now I can see if I go back to my central that the timestamp has updated. The central model has been committed to. Now, obviously this isn't a very interesting demonstration because it's just me on my own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the session, end collaboration, and I'm going to instead open a file from Google Drive. Now you won't see what I'm doing, but off to the side, I'm effectively being asked for permission from Rhino Sync to use a Google account, which I am. And in this case, I'm just booting up a model that already has another user working in it. So it'll just be a very basic cityscape, nothing special, but you can see there's me, and there's me again, but effectively that's me just on a different computer with a different account. So this is my model. So in this case, let's say that like I actually changed this element in the other session. I'm just going to move it a little bit to the right. Now I can't actually do that apparently. I'm just going to do a sync, and I'm also just then going to do a reload on the other side, and I'll just try moving that again. So I think I probably still owned that element from the last time I was in this model. There we go. Okay, so what I've done is just moved this element in the other session. Now, if I move this, it'll snap back. Notice that in this case, the object is in use by another user. You can also see what's happening in the command dialog, so it's actually being recreated. In testing, I found that all the attributes and properties of this object are maintained, which is great. And in this case, if I toggle this circle here, I can see that this object is clearly owned by this user. So this becomes a prompt for me to actually communicate. And so I can say, hey, can you sync Gavin? And then on the other side, I can say, go away. But in principle, I've got the ability to communicate with people on the same session, which is already great. But let's say that I need this element. Well, in this case, what I'm going to need myself to do on the other side is synchronize. So currently I'm synchronizing, and you'll notice that an icon comes up while someone else is synchronizing, which is great. And now I should be able to reload, and I should be able to pick up that change. And there we go. We can see this has now moved a little bit to the left. Now in testing at scale, this works quite well, but I guess what you've just seen there is a successful work sharing change, which to me is massive in Rhino. That's something that we haven't been able to do that easily and that clearly and that well communicated before. So hopefully that excites you as much as excited me. Obviously a very small demonstration, but this is in open alpha, so you can test it anywhere you want in principle. The biggest model you want to throw at it, just give it a try. We found in testing so far at work that it's going really well for scale testing with some pretty large models in the gigabytes. But yep, there we go. So my verdict, obviously, as you can tell, I'm a big fan of this add-in. I think it's going to be a game changer. It's superior to work sessions if you've used those before. It's much more intuitive, especially if you're a Revit user or have used Revit. It really is just the same in principle, but just better. I find it's more clearly implemented, and having a chat log is obviously a feature a lot of Revit users have wanted for a while and still haven't got. But I see this actually becoming a really essential tool for large teams collaborating in Rhino. It's just such a big change from what's available right now. And if they can get the pricing and the licensing right over at MKS Dtech, I think that this could be a real win, not only for MKS Dtech, but for the industry as well. Of course, it's going to depend on the pricing, but in this case, knowing Beam and other add-ins from history, I think that there'll be workable ways of approaching this add-in from a licensing and a pricing perspective. So my hat off to the developers. Well done. MKS Dtech, a really nice product launch. It's very rare that an alpha is this well built and this smooth. There are some small bugs, I'll communicate them with you, but as you saw, we didn't hit a single bug in that process right there, which is in itself pretty amazing. So do give it a try and definitely let the MKS Dtech team know what you think. But to me, this is a big win. I think this is fantastic, and I look forward to seeing the add-in develop further and proceed finally to a stable release at some point. And again, well done. Good job. So thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, or feel free to drop me an email at aussiebimguru@gmail.com. I look forward to seeing what other people think of this add-in and how they find it for their own workflows, but to me, it's a no-brainer. It's just that good. So I look forward to seeing you in future videos. Thanks. Take care. Bye.